for this record. All of a sudden, Push comes out with this amazing lead single to the Clips record to start their rollout, and overall, when you compare the two tracks that just came out, while everyone is making fun of Wayne for releasing it's because he clearly smells weakness coming from Wayne's end of things, and in this time where they are going to be the two legends releasing these blockbuster summertime albums for this corner of hip-hop and music, well, clearly Push believes that he can take down Wayne and win their long-standing beef once and for all, and also prove in the process that while Wayne is not who he was long ago, and that he has fallen off far from that, Push is better than he ever was. And again, not to disrespect Wayne, he is not the guy that people have said he was, and that the fake outrage after the Super Bowl halftime show didn't really mean anything. I mean, Push is really going to show that he is one of the worst rappers to ever beef against, because alongside Kendrick Lamar, they are just beefing with you in ways that you can't even...
Yo, what's going on YouTube? What's going on? We're back with another banger. Yes sir, today's video we got why Pusha T and Kendrick Lamar are, or it says Kendrick, but Kendrick Lamar are about to start a rap war and everyone is scared. Y'all knew what am I talking about? Y'all know last reaction we were talking about how Pusha T is getting Jay-Z, I believe it's Jay-Z, somebody else, Kendrick Lamar, and somebody else all on a album, on his newest album that's about to drop. You feel me? And I guess they're about to do a lot of dissing on this one album. Y'all let me know down below in the comments if y'all are excited for the album. But that being said, if you're new here, don't forget that big red subscribe button and that like button. We're on the road to 800 subscribers, so join the family if you haven't already. The more you guys do that, the closer we get to hitting our goal. That being said, let's get right into this video. Let's get it. Come on now.
Now, when it comes to what's going on in hip-hop, we are truly on the verge of witnessing a lyrical showdown like no other, as right now, we are about to see what multiple of the greatest rappers ever have to offer in a time where both their presence has never been more needed, and when people have never wanted to hear what they have to say more. And now, before we go into what we are about to see with both the return of Pusha T and Clips, and also Lil Wayne with the Carter 6, and what this is going to mean for new beefs and old ones, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton, and as the next moves we are about to see in hip-hop over the next few weeks are going to be the biggest thing we have seen in the genre really since Kendrick Lamar in the Super Bowl. Make sure to leave that like so all of hip-hop knows what's going down. And now with that, when it comes to all of the excitement going on in rap, well, if you are waiting for things to get more competitive over the next few weeks, we are about to see the genre do just that. And really why this is over everything else is because rap has now welcomed the return of the only other person who could even call themselves something close to the boogeyman in none other than Pusha T, and now with Push. Well, in this era where Kendrick Lamar has been leading the league in every statistical category possible, and because
my bad for pausing, but like I was saying, he said that the world is, welcomed arms back with Pusha T. I'm not gonna lie, bro. The last time I heard a Pusha T song or even heard anything about Pusha T was when he was beefing with Drake, and that was years and years ago. You feel me? Me personally, nothing's ever popped up on YouTube. I've never seen anything about Pusha T on the internet, Instagram, I've never seen nothing. Y'all let me know. What has Pusha T been up to? I know obviously he's been up this album shit, but besides that, what has been up to all those years? You feel me? Has he still been dropping music, or has he just went ghost and then popped up out of nowhere with Kendrick Lamar? Y'all let me know.
His dominance, it's at the very least felt like 99% of the field of rappers has ran away from the booth and being competitive in general. Well, Push is being the antithesis of these soft rappers and is embracing the lane that Kendrick Lamar has paved. And now if Kendrick Lamar has started the job of fixing hip-hop and getting all these vultures to be exposed and leave, it almost feels like Push is trying to finish the job Kendrick started, or at the very least, just prove once and for all that in this era where it has never been easier to spot the real and the fakes and the MCs who are in this thing for the right and wrong reasons, that after decades of being in the rap game and having beefs with some of the biggest stars ever, based on what we have seen from Push on the new Clip song Ace Trumpets and with what he is trying to do with this entire album and era of his career, well, aside from getting one of the greatest rap duos of all time with one of the best producers ever for another classic, Push wants to take out every rapper who has ever wronged him once and for all. And now while Kendrick has done the job on Drake, so there's not much to do there, as now two rappers have defeated Drake in a rap beef like few other defeats have ever been handed to somebody, there are still some massive names that Push wants to settle the score on, and who he wants everybody to realize that he is absolutely better than once and for all. And if you have not noticed, out of this entire list, the biggest name album that Push is looking to really just embarrass in this era more than anyone else.
Kanye.
Who you could say is his longest standing rival in none other than Lil Wayne. And now if you don't believe that Push is getting
Lil Wayne? I thought he was going to say he was beefing with Kanye. Lil Wayne? Hold on, nigga. Hold on. Wayne is Wayne, dog. Wayne is very, very lyrical. Come on, gang. Yo, I can't wait to hit the comments with this one. My nigga, let me know in the comments. Who do y'all think gonna win out that beef? Pusha T versus Lil Wayne. Y'all let me know down below in the comments. I feel like that'll actually be a real good beef. Pusha T versus Lil Wayne, nigga. They both lyrical as hell. You feel me? That should be a good ass back and forth. You feel me? For real. That's some good lyricism right there. Y'all let me know down below in the comments who y'all got in that beef. Let's get it.
ready to try his best to embarrass Wayne? Let's just look at the timeline of events leading up to the return of Push and Clips and the entire rollout for this record for that matter, which in its entirety pretty much involves Push sitting on this album for almost an entire year at this point and then turning it in and signing a deal with Jay-Z's Roc Nation to distribute it right around the time that Lil Wayne's Carter 6 is about to drop, and right as this record is expected to release on June 6th for Wayne. 1 week before that record dropped.
This nigga moving dirty. This nigga moving slimy. That nigga signed with Roc Nation to drop his album the same time as Lil Wayne is gonna drop the Carter 6. This nigga really trying to show Wayne, look nigga, I joined Roc Nation just to drop the same day as you so I can do more numbers than you. I'm gonna talk my shit in the numbers, and then you gonna hear my music and I'm gonna be talking shit about you. Hey, boy. Y'all let me know who y'all got. Y'all got Lil Wayne, Carter 6, or Pusha T's new album, man. Let's get it.
Drops, and on the same day that Wayne released an entire tape with Manny Fresh with a new song and remixes to hype people up for that record, which you could say is the real start to the planned rollout that Wayne and his team have had for this record. All of a sudden, Push comes out with this amazing lead single to the Clips record to start their rollout, and overall, when you compare the two tracks that just came out, while everyone is making fun of Wayne for releasing a confusing track with way too much auto-tune that just feels like a mess and feels like the most anticlimactic and really lame thing to lead up one of the most anticipated rap records for so long with. At the same time as that, Push and Clips are being praised for releasing one of the best songs of the year that from the beats to the bars could literally not have been better. I mean, when you see all this...
Y'all let me know in the comments, man. Is that true? Did Lil Wayne drop the first song to his teaser of the Carter 5 and that shit was trash with too much auto-tune versus Pusha T's new single to his teaser to his album? Is that true? Is Pusha T dropping nothing but bars, better beats? Is it just better than Lil Wayne's new single? Y'all let me know down below in the comments. Me personally, I haven't heard Pusha T's new single. I haven't heard Lil Wayne's new single. But most definitely after this, I will be listening to it. So I can tell y'all what my personal opinion is. Next reaction, we react to them. You feel me? And fantastic hip hop, of course. You feel me? Let me know down below in the comments. Who do y'all got and who has the better single that's out right now on YouTube? You feel me?
Conversation and the way that these two artists came out today to get ready for their next big moments. I do not believe for a second that when bringing Clips back out and running back one of the greatest duos that rap has ever seen, that Push did this by coincidence, because really, with Push deciding to line up the return of something so special and that from the first track that we have heard alone is so clearly high level, right alongside Wayne's Carter 6 album, which again, when it comes to Push being the other boogeyman and master tactician in rap, I mean, you see the play is so clear. Really, when we look into this and why Push is deciding to compete with Wayne just like he has, it's because he clearly smells weakness coming from Wayne's end of things, and in this time where they are going to be the two legends releasing these blockbuster summertime albums for this corner of hip-hop and music, well, clearly Push believes that he can take down Wayne and win their long-standing beef once and for all, and also prove in the process that while Wayne is not who he was long ago, and that he has fallen all far from that, Push is better than he ever was. And again, not to disrespect Wayne, but when it comes to this weakness that Push sees so clearly and that I am talking about, I mean, when you look at these two records, you can see the difference very clearly, because when we look at the Clips album, Before anything else, when you see that Pharrell is doing the entire production on this thing, and then in addition, the expected features are Kendrick Lamar, Jay-Z, and Nas, that speaks volumes. And then compare that to Wayne, and the things he's most excited about are an MGK and Miley Cyrus feature and a Billie Eilish sample. I mean, we have seen Wayne talk about this thing, and even with the interview he did kinda recently, what the common theme that's driving the Carter 6 so far has been is just absolute randomness and confusion, which even with the cover, that was literally...
Billie Eilish is supposed to be featured on Carter 6? I'm so confused right now. Okay, if we've been waiting for Carter 6 for so long, right? Because it's been a long time since he's dropped Carter, even Carter 5. You feel me? We've been waiting for Carter 6. Niggas are expecting hella good beats, hella good rap, you feel me, and OGs for features, you feel me. That's just my opinion and what I'm personally expecting, you feel me. Y'all can let me know what y'all was expecting, but me personally, I was not expecting a Billie Eilish feature. I'm not gonna lie, Billie makes good music, but to be on a Carter 6 album that niggas been waiting for so long, and you're an MC, niggas expected other MCs on this album, you feel me, not artists like Billie Eilish. No hate, you feel me, but I was expecting a straight fucking feature list of nigga MCs, OGs, you feel me, talking shit, you feel me, and then some songs of course of just Wayne by himself talking his shit. But y'all let me know down below in the comments how y'all feeling about that. That just kind of caught me off guard, I'm not gonna lie.
Fan art
because hold on, my bad, because I feel like Pusha T is about to have a shit ton of OGs, a shit ton of MCs on his shit, you feel me. I feel like it's gonna be like niggas are gonna look at the feature list and gonna be like, well damn, Pusha T has way more better features and MCs on his shit than Lil Wayne. He has more hype artists and artists that just came out, you feel me. Kind of like that, if y'all see where I'm coming from.
People have made multiple years ago
Carter
and have
6,
shown off work that has been very similar to it. Overall, with the Carter 6, everything just looks like an absolute mess, which meanwhile at the same time, in this long-standing beef and when really Wayne has never looked more lost and confused, Push is now seeing that when he called Wayne a multi-platinum rapper who was trapped and can't retire back on the Daytona track that started the Drake beef infrared, that sentiment...
We said a multi-platinum rapper that's trapped and can't retire. Do y'all feel like that's true? That Lil Wayne can't retire? That he's trapped in his deal and he can't retire if he wanted to? That he has to make music till he's done? Y'all let me know down below in the comments.
Has never felt more true because really,
nowadays,
unless the Carter 6 does something that nobody is expecting,
wicked.
From the features to the rollout to the latest move Wayne has made with this questionable song and Manny Fresh mix to bring in its release, I don't even want to say it, but everything about this record really does feel off. And for how legendary of a series the Carter albums are, and for how hyped up the last one was even at that, you would be lying to yourself if you said that something didn't feel very weird in terms of there just being little to no hype for this record overall, and just with the strategy and vision feeling so messy and confusing. And now as the Carter 6 is a week away from release, and again Push is crafting this perfect plan to take over and win this beef once and for all, Wayne better have some bars ready for his longtime rival and Push, or just have a record that does not seem as confusing and pointless as its rollout otherwise has shown. Because otherwise, if Wayne fails with what Push is doing with this whole strategy is just starting his rollout alongside Wayne's with a way better single, and then letting Wayne drop and flop, and then ultimately having Clips release a record which is going to show how a rapper from that era should age with an actual album of the year contender, considering all of the beef and all of the competition in hip-hop. Having a record that good, or in Wayne's case, having a record that bad, is never going to make or break perception more in this era where people are more in tune to these things that matter as a whole.
100%. If Wayne's album, say he loses to Pusha T, right? Say he loses. As long as his album sales are still doing good, you feel me, and he's still selling, niggas aren't going to say he flopped. Niggas might say he lost a rap beef, but niggas ain't gonna say he flopped. If this nigga loses the rap beef and flops the album sales, then niggas are gonna say Wayne has officially flopped. You feel me? It's time for this nigga to retire. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling about that. But in this generation we're in, it's all about numbers. It's all about bars. It's about the beats, the music. You feel me? How tuned in you are with yourself and the world. And shit, if you ain't tuned in, niggas will let you know nowadays. The internet is not afraid of talking shit. We should know this. Even I know this on this small little YouTube channel. You feel me? Let's get it.
So really at this point, it really looks like Lil Wayne is falling into a trap where he is going to look bad whether he knows it or not. And I mean, if this is how Push is going to end this beef once and for all, and really also end a lot of the conversations around Wayne that happened since the Super Bowl by showing that he is not the guy that people have said he was, and that the fake outrage after the Super Bowl halftime show didn't really mean anything, I mean, Push is really going to show that he is one of the worst rappers to ever beef against, because alongside Kendrick Lamar, they are just beefing with you in ways that you can't even fathom unless you were at the very top of your game. And now alongside Lil Wayne, another rapper that Push has made it very clear that he wants to walk past now and show everybody else that he has outlasted this crash out is none other than Kanye. And now
boom, okay, I knew it. I was about to say, I know this nigga Pusha T was beefing with Kanye. I've seen this nigga throw some shots at Kanye before, you feel me? So I was like, there's no way he's definitely not beefing with Kanye as well. So this nigga's trying to walk down two niggas in one album? Shit, this shit about to get good.
He has been ranting for months about Push and has tried to say so many off-putting things about the guy who made so many great songs. Which, when it comes to everything Ye has said, we are not even going to get into all of it because it's pointless. But pretty much in the midst of Ye's anger and delusion, he called Push a fake tough guy and a fraud. And then he also tried to say that Push stood on his shoulders to diss Drake. Well, after embarrassing himself and saying all of this, Push came out rolling with this new clip song and had some bars ready for Ye, as he said, "Look at them, him and him still waiting on Yeezy. I hope you got your squeegees. At your interviews, I just kiki, life's peachy, ASAP, and Riri." And now with these bars, well, Push pretty much said that Ye is washed and the guy that he and everybody else once loved is no longer there. And as Push says this while also making fun of Ye's interviews in the process, which again, as Ye did say these things about Push in his interview with Ack, it seems like a direct response and play off of that. I mean, really, in the smoothest way possible, Push has just clowned Ye, and it's clear that on some level, these disses worked because Ye has already said that after this track released, that he misses his friendship with Pusha T. And I think aside from Ye saying something like this, as Push has learned that the guy will like him one day and then diss him the next, they will never be good. And I am sure that Push is gonna have more choice words for Ye on this album, just like the other two rappers who he also wants.
Kanye seems to have that tendency with everybody. He likes you one day and then doesn't like you the next. The nigga can send you some clothes. It can be fit too big. You can tell him this shit fits too big. This nigga's gonna diss you on the internet the next day. It's like, what the fuck? You feel me? You can never know with Kanye, bro.
To let know that he is the real boogeyman, both in Drake. Well, I am sure there are going to be some small lines at him which are going to laugh at the absolute joke of a state his career is in, and also Jim Jones, who there were already some disses for, which were supposed to be on this album that were previewed at a Louis Vuitton event way back, and from those lines which responded directly to the beef that they were in at the time, to a lot more, which I'm sure will flesh out and settle the score there.
Y'all let me know down below in the comments, when did Pusha T and Jim Jones start beefing? Let me know.
You should really expect Push to come for Jim and clean up yet another W in a back and forth. And now with all of this, well, if you are watching Pusha T and what he is doing now that he is back with the absolute dream team of his brother Malice and Pharrell Williams, if you are not on his side, I would not just be scared, but I would be terrified, because it's so clear that now after 23 years since he came out on the rap scene, Push is trying to send a message to both his contemporaries from his era and every other rapper ever and every other hip-hop fan, that despite everything that has happened and all of the people who he used to work with and be against crashing out and falling off in ways that you could have never imagined, Push is still standing near the top of the rap game, and at that, he is creating just as amazing albums as he was at the beginning of his career, if not better. And this is really why with Push, you just gotta fear Push, because really at this point in the entire history of hip-hop, I don't think we have seen a rapper at this state in their career still be so focused on delivering just purely great music with no other reason just for the glory of the game. And really because of this, as we wait to see what Push is really going to do in this next chapter of his career, all we can do is just sit back and wait to see absolute peak hip-hop. And so now with all this said, let me know. What do you think about what's going on with Pusha T, what he is trying to do against Lil Wayne, and all of the other rappers he has ever beefed with, and what do you think is going to happen with both him and the competition he has created?
He has created, yes. No, I feel like this is gonna be a good album versus Lil Wayne versus Pusha T. Not only them two, but Pusha T is beefing with 4 different niggas in one album. So yes, it's about to be shots thrown everywhere, all through the album. Even Pusha T's features might be dissing other niggas. You feel me? So yes, this is going to be a good album, and it's definitely gonna make sales. Why? Because he's already rumored to diss 4 different niggas. You feel me? 4 different MCs that the world knows. This is gonna be good. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you guys are feeling about all of this information down below in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. We go.